Someone who has been a fan of this manga for many years now, I've realized that I've seemed to take a liking and appreciation to this manga in a way that I haven't really seen others do on YouTube. So, as a part of a series, I would like to actually do a deep dive into each chapter of Berserk to kind of reflect the mindset, perspectives, and personal insights I have on my favorite piece of literature. The first chapter is usually something that is designed to allure and attract audiences into a new manga, with which what we generally regard as feel-good vibes and exciting adventures. Yet, this introduction from the first page has a lot of people already shooketh at the horrific and dark nature of a world that we are about to set foot in. Now, I do think this was done by design, almost as if to spite and act as a satirical vehicle to challenge classic shonen beginnings, where the protagonist is always portrayed in a manner where the general viewer is attracted to certain traits the character portrays. But Berserk has done a complete opposite. We literally see our main character, Guts, fucking a demon. How we can say we relate to that is beyond me, yet what is interesting to maybe add onto this is the fact that the author actually says that he doesn't personally regard this scene as canon, and explains that he was experimenting with this character at this point in time. And this is due in part to the relationships Guts builds later on in the story, but we will probably eventually get to that discussion. Now, as we progress through this manga chapter, we start to see a further deep dive into this mysterious demon fucking character and his personality and motives. From the get-go, we are immediately introduced to Guts' resilience and courage to fight off his demons in a very literal sense, which makes it poetically relevant to me personally as well, if you have seen my previous videos. And as we continue throughout the pages, it is brought to our attention that Guts is already being cast as someone that is a loner, or a lone wolf, having him being displayed as someone shrouded in dark clothing, whereas everyone else is drawn in a manner that is monochromatic and grey, blending into the background. And throughout these first few pages, we already start to see a series of events that take place that slowly but surely starts building up these intricacies of Guts' character. Even though he is almost immediately depicted as a character who we may label as a badass, this is immediately also challenged. People generally construct their worldviews based on familiarities and stereotypes, so it is always easy to jump to conclusions about certain individuals, be it fake or real, in order to maintain a balance in what we perceive as reality. And how Miura, the author, challenges this is by introducing a character like Puck, a fairy-like being that is able to absorb the emotions of others. And that's when we also realize Guts may give off a tough, aloof, and stoic external nature, but his internal struggle and turmoil runs much, much deeper than that. We see Puck exclaim that Guts' brute and violent exterior is one that is reinforced by multi-layered complex emotions of rage, sadness, and fear, all amalgamating into one heaped tone of darkness. And this exterior of his is merely Guts' method of coping and justifying his actions to his own personal unawareness. And this really adds to that mystery of his character, and this is also interestingly portrayed by his constant disdain of being touched by others, which is also something that is revealed at a later point. And Guts at this point in his character development is also going through a journey of self-discovery, but we've also noticed that it is also one of fear and running away. And this is really supported by how we see him tackle his obstacles throughout the rest of this chapter. As he's engaging in a fight with the soldiers and the Snake Lord, it becomes apparent that his motives are driven by rageful vengeance, which we currently are not aware of what the trigger is. Yet, his blatant hatred and sense of vengeance has also rendered him completely unempathetic to the torture of his enemy. burning him relentlessly and finding the suffering of his opponent almost entertaining. To a point where we even see Puck almost start to feel sorry for the disgusting enemy. And throughout this chapter, we're also introduced to a variety of mysteries that revolve around our character. We notice that our character has been branded by something called the brand of sacrifice, and that he is looking for the 5 members of the God Hand. And we also find out that the Snake Lord identifies as a subcategory of beings called the Apostles. And what this really does is that it creates a sense of curiosity to the reading audience, if they are still reading at this point and not scared away by the darkness and the gore. Because readers are generally always curious and attracted to characters that have a deep, mysterious, and unusual past. And this has been perfected and constructed within these mere few pages of this first chapter. We have also gotten our stereotypical expectation of a general protagonist shattered. And we have also accepted comfort in the form of allowing Puck be our literary vehicle. And we have become immersed in a dark yet exciting experience and can only see if our questions of guts be answered in the next few chapters.